Hi, it's Michael Lavin here from Expat Wealth Advice. I'm going to answer the question today, how is my UK pension lump sum taxable in Spain? And during the course of this video, I'm going to tackle head on one of the biggest misconceptions that expats in Spain have, and also give you a couple of really good tips as to how you may be able to reduce the tax liability that you have. Okay, so a common mistake is that lots of expats assume that the pension lump sum, which is tax-free in the UK, is also tax-free over in Spain too. And that's simply not the case. So with most UK pensions, you'll be in a position where you'll be able to take 25% of the overall fund value as a tax-free lump sum. Technical word for this now is the pension commencement lump sum. So to give you an example, if your pension fund is worth £100,000, living in the UK, you'd be able to take 25% of that, so £25,000, as a lump sum. That's at any point after the age of 55. However, if you live in Spain and a Spanish tax resident, as most people living in Spain will be, then the money is in fact taxable by the Spanish tax authorities. So Spain taxes its residents on a worldwide basis, and this UK concept of a tax-free lump sum holds absolutely no weight over in Spain. Okay, so how much tax would you have to pay on this lump sum? Well, there's two parts to working this out. So the first part is to work out how much of the lump sum you receive is actually taxable. And the good news is that the Spanish tax authorities don't tax you on the full amount. So they provide an allowance for the amount that you actually paid into your pension. So any money that you actually paid into your pension, they won't tax you on the way out. They will only tax you on the increases in fund value whilst that pension was in place. So let's look at an example as to how that might work. So if your pension fund value was worth €100,000, and I'm using euros here because, as you'll see in a minute or two, when we go through this example, it's easier to use euros when we're looking at Spanish tax rates. So if your pension fund was worth €100,000, but you paid in €60,000 of contributions over the years, then that would mean that only the extra €40,000 or 40% of the pension was actually taxable. So when we're looking at a lump sum, the lump sum would be €25,000, and of that, only 40% would be taxable. So that's €10,000. So that's the first thing. So we've worked out what proportion of the lump sum is taxable. The next thing to do is to look at what tax you'd actually have to pay. And this is taxed using Spanish tax rates, where the first €6,000 is taxable at 20%. There's 22% tax due on the remainder up to €50,000, and then on any amount in excess of €50,000, the tax rate is 24%. Okay, so back to that example, we've worked out from the lump sum of €25,000, €10,000 is subject to tax. So the first €6,000 would be taxable at 20%, creating a tax liability of €1,200. And then the remaining €4,000 would be taxed at the next rate, so the 22% rate, and that would be 22% tax due on €4,000, which is €880. So the total tax due would be €2,080. So what we've done there is we've taken your tax-free lump sum of €25,000, we've worked out 15,000 of that isn't taxable, the remaining 10,000 is taxable, and of that 10,000, the tax due is €2,080. To work that back, that works out an effective rate of tax on the full 25,000 of about 8.3%, which isn't, too bad. It's not too horrendous although of course it's not as attractive as being able to receive that money entirely tax-free in the UK. And this leads me now on to the 2 tips that I promised at the start of this video as to how you might be able to save tax. So the first way is that if you are a Spanish tax resident, you may well find that you face a lower total tax liability if, rather than taking that money as a lump sum, you actually take it incrementally over a number of years. So by taking smaller amounts over a number of years, you may find the total tax that you need to pay the Spanish tax authorities is much less. So that's one way of saving tax. The other way of saving tax is if you haven't already moved to Spain, you may well find that it's advantageous to take your pension commencement lump sum when you're still living in the UK, so you can receive that money entirely free of tax before you move to Spain and become Spanish tax resident. Okay, I hope you found this video useful and look forward to seeing you soon. Hi, I'd just quickly like to tell you about some really good free resources I think you'll find incredibly useful. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is our free report, and this has been written especially for UK expats living in Spain. It'll also be really useful for anyone who's thinking about moving to Spain as well. And the report explains precisely how you may be able to take advantage of tax exemptions to save up to 23% tax on your savings and investments as a UK expat living in Spain. So if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, you can click on the link on this video, or if that doesn't work, head across to expatwealthadvice.com. If you're already on the website, if you can't see the link on the page that you're on right now, then go across to our home page and the link should be really clear. Okay, so the other thing is, mentioning the website, I say if you're not already on the website right now watching the video, head across to our website. There's some really good free information, so lots of articles and videos and other good stuff on there, providing need-to-know information for UK expats living in Spain or thinking about moving to Spain. And the thing is, expat finance can be really confusing because what you've got to do is you've got to take into account both UK laws and taxation and also the laws of taxation of Spain too. And what we do is we seek to simplify that and provide you with useful how-to information. As an extension of that, we do provide independent one-to-one financial advice. If you're interested in speaking to me personally about your circumstances, right now I am offering informal one-to-one phone calls which you can book right now. Now I might not be offering this forever because it does take up quite a bit of my time, but I say right now you can speak to me free of charge for about 20 minutes on the phone. We go through your circumstances and I can try and help you with any questions or any areas that you're not clear about. To do that, there should be an orange button on this video right now which says book a phone call, so you can click on that, or if you're on our website, on the top right of each page there's an orange button which allows you to book a phone call straight into my diary. Okay, and last but not least, please subscribe to our YouTube channel using the red button on this video right now. What that means is that every time you log into YouTube, you'll get our new videos and updates so you can stay up to date with what we are putting out there in terms of expat information. So please remember, these videos are just for information only, and as a simple rule, I'd always suggest if you're going to make any decision, which if you could get it wrong will be costly for you, then always seek independent professional advice to make sure that you do make the best decision. Great, I hope you found this useful and that you'll be able to take advantage of some of the free resources that I've just spoken about.